Finance Minister Enoch Godongwana will deliver his inaugural budget speech later today. We cross now to the capital city, to Patricia Visagie, who is in Mabopane, north of Pretoria, to find out what people on the streets are expecting to hear from the Finance Minister today. Patricia, good morning.
Good morning. Of course, all eyes being on the budget speech that will be tabled today. A lot of South Africans have their expectations cut out, and in this particular area where I am now, in Mabopane Block U, north of Pretoria, residents here are basically just asking that, one of their main needs, and that is proper roads, and that going to the heart of infrastructure development, of course, to see how much money will be put aside for such projects. In this particular community, residents say when it floods in particular, they really live in a nightmare. You can see the heaps of sand just up the road. It's really, really a mess. 2 weeks ago, we did, a story here where we tried to really reflect the plight of this particular community, and also showed how some of the residents here can't even move their cars out of their yards anymore. Some of their cars being parked inside of their yards for months now as a result of the construction damage that has been created. Of course, construction that started last year after years of requests from the residents here for proper roads, and subsequently so the contractor abandoned the construction, leaving a bigger mess than what the residents had been struggling with originally. So, and Joyce Mukwena here is one of the residents who have been affected, saying that when it rains in particular, her house becomes a river. It floods in such a bad way that she actually fears for her life. Thank you so much for joining us as we are gearing up for the budget. You have, your expectations. Just tell us about your plight.
Since 1986, isansane ilintate mangope. Il pleke e intse itsena metsi ha pula itla tshwantse ke tshware garafu ke bule misele gore metsi ha tla a fite, but this time I couldn't do that. Metsi I'm fence because roof itsamaile ibile metsi a tsene ka montlong kuna le lesia la 6 months, and the sofa everything furniture ka montlong di damage, a gona mpeto, a gona selo. So ne ke kopa gore ba re thuse ka mkho ba ka re thusang ka di drain storage tsa strata gore metsi ana pula haina, this flood is ka tsena ka mo dintlong tsa rona ka ba le ke le msebetsing ke ha ke bona maru ke a tshoga ka baka la gore ke tshabela bana gore ba nna ba nnoshi ka harantlo ke tlo ba fitlela ba khamile ke metsi. It's now maybe 40 to 36 years ntse re dutse ka hara situation e releng mo yona hona bjano.
All right, let's go to another resident here. I'm joined by Enoch Godongwana. You earlier said that you as residents feel failed and you just hope this once that you could be listened to.
Good morning, viewers. We expect that from the budget of our finance minister that he's going to allocate some funds for people like us here for roads and infrastructure to be developed. We have been neglected for far too long. This area is flooded. Always when it's raining, people are in pains. Even during Christmas Eve, when it's raining, when people are jubilating and rejoicing, people here are suffering because of the floods that is coming to their homes.
All right, thank you so much. Just one last voice. I'm now joined by Ntate Mota Mfulwane. You've been representing the community. They've been bringing their cries to you. Just in a nutshell, tell us about some of the empty promises that were made, but nothing came of it.
Ma'am and the viewers at home, we have heard these songs before called budget speeches, which are in actual fact the milking cow of the fat cats who do not care a bit about our plight as people. I mean, it can be that in this democracy, we still plead for these basic service delivery things. I wish, good luck in his afternoon speech. I wish that he would make some money available. But we know that for us as residents, it would be just a pipe dream, because minister after minister have come up on the podium and talked about all those nice things. But our infrastructure development is very much neglected. And it is very sad. I mean, if we say thanks to SABC for flighting our plight 2 weeks back. We had some responses from the MEC who sent somebody, MEC Mamabolo, who somebody to come and see that is it really what is happening in our township. And then after the MEC, the MMC did come last week Friday and made another promise, even though he didn't confine himself to it. But we are hoping that with the budget adjustments on Thursday, something will come up. We thank SABC so much for flighting our plight.
All right, thank you so much there. Of course, it's not raining today, but you can imagine with these road conditions how it looks like on a rainy day. Some of the residents telling us that they're actually selling their homes, they're moving out of the area. That's how much frustration that they've been under. Also, the issue of emergency workers who can't enter this particular area when it floods. Police can't come in. If you get sick and you need to call an ambulance when it rains, they surely can't access your home. And on heavy flooding days, no one can enter or exit this particular area, meaning children can't go to school and people can't get to work or to their business places. So it does seem like something minor, but you have to imagine how it looks like when it floods. And it is on that plight that this community says they hope that the budget that will be tabled can also perhaps alleviate their plight.